Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the Transylvania cooking class. This is inspired by the chapter 26, where the landlady, moi, cooks up a storm for people to take on their journey of the horse and carriage. And, they don't have drive-ins and drive-ups and dives and dumps in Transylvania. Here in Transylvania, everything is organic. So, I have prepared a meal for them to take. I call this episode of Transylvanian cooking Steam of Consciousness. Steam of consciousness, because we're going to use steam. And what is steam, ladies and gentlemen? Steam, it was discovered by either, Sir Isaac Newton or maybe Wernher von Braun, one of the brothers. They discovered steam, which is the changing of the state of water or liquid into a gas. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to be steaming up quite a few items. Now, steam is very powerful, but people continue to use fossil fuel instead of steam. Think of the steam engine, the steam locomotive, the steamboat, steam fitters, the steam, what is the name of that wonderful song? Belly up to the bar, boys, and bring on the steam. Anyway, steam is really hidden, and I want to bring it forward today in this class. So, I want to tell you that a lot of the things I'm going to tell you are facts. And facts don't have to be true. They just have to be interesting. I think the last 4 years have proven that, don't you think? So, jot some things down as you go with me on this merry way. So let's talk about where Transylvania is located. Transylvania is south of Pennsylvania. That's where our new president is from. Scranton, Transylvania. So let's get that straight for beginners. Now, NASA has corroborated a lot of the things that I'm going to tell you today about steam. And if it's good enough for NASA, it's good enough for Transylvania. So, let's talk about tools. A good chef, Chef Zeph, a good chef has the great tools. First thing, cleaver. This is something you want to bang the chicken down with. Excellent. Now, a cleaver is a very ancient tool. It's mentioned in the Bible, cleave to one another, these who cleave not, cleave less. And in that case, it's sacred. My first book that I wrote, Chef Zeph wrote, The Zen of Cooking. And the cleaver had a lot to do with that book. Let me show you another tool. These are tweezers, and I use this to pluck out bones from fish and pin feathers from chickie, from the tail here. The thing of it is, don't put your nose up about a tail, chicken tail. In Great Britain, which is now not so great, but they serve the guest of honor the tail, and it's called the parson's nose. Now, these look like ordinary clippers. And what they do is we can use these to clip the chicken feet. And I'll show you how to do that later on. Next we have tongs. Tongs are very important because, ladies and gentlemen, this is hot. This is hot. You can't just pick it up with your hands. I told you it's a powerful thing, steam. So we have that. And every kitchen should have kitchen shears. Let me just show you some of the things I'm going to do. And of course, a measuring cup. Although I don't think we should overdo measuring. Yes, I have a recipe, but don't dwell on it. A recipe is merely to give the ambiance of what you're cooking. As we say in Nagasaki, the kimochi. The kimochi of the recipe. That's all. Look at it, that's all. And so if it says, oh, a tablespoon, and you want to put in this much soy sauce, do it. Be liberal. Liberal works nowadays, don't you think? Well, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. So I think I'll have a little, good. Now, I want to point out some things here. The recipes that I'm going to show you today are 3 items. Chicken, chicken, and chicken. First we will steam a whole chicken. Then we will do chicken feet. And then we'll have a little surprise for you for our 3rd chicken. So, I took the liberty of poaching the chicken feet. You're supposed to use Chowsing wine. I didn't have any Chowsing wine, and let's face it, it is a rice wine. So I used my Japanese sake. You poach it for 1 minute, drain it, and then put it back in fresh water with kelp or kombu, dried seaweed, and some peanuts. You're supposed to use raw peanuts, but Trader Joe's flew these in for me. They're salted, and I'm just going to put them in. Yes, there we go. There we go. And I want to tell you that it's okay to substitute. Sometimes, for example, herbs. You can't be running to the apothecary every time you want an herb. Go outside and see what nature has provided. Substitute. So these are bay leaves. You can get them from a bay tree. That's the way it rolls, my friends. Now, what we're going to do, let me show you how I've set up my steamer. It's very important. First of all, we have, look at the steam there. We have the wok, and this helps me walk my talk. We have a steamer basket. Look at the steam. Now, here's our chickie. We're going to put our chickie in, but first, let us cut on the diagonal, the scallion for our chickie, and we also have ginger rounds. Just take a little knob of ginger and cut them in little rounds, and that is what we're going to steam. That is the total thing. Now, let me tell you, I put some kosher salt. People say you cannot use kosher salt unless you're Jewish. That's wrong. I know a lot of baptized people, including me. Anybody can use kosher salt. I think we understand that. So let me just get there, put a little, yes, kosher salt in. Now, stuff it with some scallion, and fresh ginger, and we stick it in here. Stuff that baby, just get it in there. It wants it, it needs it, and you can help out by doing it that way. Now, we're going to put this now into the steamer basket, all right? So, I put it in a pillavite bowl, but you can put it in Pyrex. Substitute, as I told you. All right, putting it there, covering it, putting the heat. The heat is on, ladies and gentlemen. The heat is on. There we go. Yes, and there we go. Next, our second dish. This is chicken legs now that are going to be soup. It's a form of dim sum, chicken feet, I should say. Now, first I'm going to trim the nails, and don't get squeamish. Trim the nails, trim the nails, trim the nails, and throw it in with the rest of the little Parkers. Yes, there we go. Now, Next, I want to...
Turn the light.
I'm going to shut the light off. I want to show you my third chicken dish. This, my friends, is, I think I can say the word in mixed company. Marinka, you don't care if I say this in mixed company, do you? But this chicken has been spatchcocked. What does that mean? It means that the backbone has been taken out. And here it is. The butcher gave it to me. What a sweet man. Anyway, what you can do is poach this and you get some chicken soup out of it. These are the entrails that were in there. This is a neck. You can put that in with the backbone. I would not put the liver in. No, don't do it. Now, this poor little thing came heartless. There was no heart in this chicken. That's all right. We'll bring it back to life. So, you can cook that. And one thing I urge you not to do. Do not put the liver in the microwave. You'll have a splatter that you won't be able to get over. So, I want to tell you that the country next to Transylvania is Mexico. And a lot of my fellow Mexican friends do the splayed chicken, the spatchcock chicken, on a grill. And the pièce de résistance, let me get it for you, is the brick. The brick, my friends, that flattens that baby so that it cooks evenly and fast, quickly and crisply. So, I want to be sure that I introduce you, my friends, to my camera lady. She is my assistant. She flew in from Hollywood, or as she calls it, Hollyweed. She has her reasons. Her name is Marinka, and she, like me, is originally from Transylvania. So just so you know who is in the room. Well, my friends, it's time to say goodbye. I hope you've learned a few facts that you can put to use. You know, the world is such a dreary place at times that it's important that we cook. We cook for survival. We cook for consciousness. We cook to end fragmentation. We cook for transformation. And so, my friends, no matter what it takes, we will cook until our last breath. A call has come in on this chat room. Want to know how long to cook the chicken, to steam the chicken. Steam the chicken for 1 hour. It takes about an hour for the chicken to lose consciousness and for the chef to get conscious. And another question is where they can get my book, The Zen of Cooking. And that can be found on Amazon. Not the Amazon you know, but the Amazon River. I wanted to make it difficult for people to get. So then they appreciate it. So until another time, this is Chef Zeph saying, time to say goodbye.